Mr. Shore, I don't like your demeanor, your tone, and I would remind you of where you are.
I know exactly where I am, Mr. Chief Justice. I'm in the Supreme Court of the United States. And let me tell you, you folks aren't as hot as all get out.
Dear God.
Let's consider your respective Senate confirmations. You all testified under oath that you never actually considered how you would rule on abortion. You must be kidding me. Never gave it a thought. No perjury there? Justice Scalia, you went duck hunting with Vice President Cheney while he was a named defendant in a case before this court. Congratulations on not getting shot, by the way, but you didn't exactly avoid the appearance of impropriety there. Justice Alito, you were caught hearing a case involving a company you'd invested hundreds of thousands of dollars in. No conflict of interest there? You also don't recuse yourself in terrorism cases, even though your best friend is Michael Chertoff, head of Homeland Security. Seems to me the Supreme Court of the United States should be made of sterner stuff. Am I right? Justice Thomas, at least put down the magazine.
Hey.
I really don't think you mean to come after us, counsel.
Oh, but I do. In your short term as Chief Justice, this court, with your narrow majority, has turned back the clock on civil rights, school segregation, equal protection, free speech, abortion, campaign finance. You've been overtly and shamelessly pro-business, making it impossible for some plaintiffs to so much as sue corporations, especially big oil and big tobacco. Somebody's gonna go after you. ExxonMobil made over $40 billion in 2007. $40 billion. And yet 19 years after the Valdez oil spill, plaintiffs are still waiting to be fully compensated. Justice Scalia, you want to overturn the verdict altogether because it's not the company's fault that the ship's captain got drunk, but he was a drunk, and they knew it. Perhaps not the best choice to pilot 53 million gallons of crude oil through an environmentally sensitive area.
You are getting so far off point.
My point is, who are you people? You've transformed this court from being a governmental branch devoted to civil rights and liberties into a protector of discrimination, a guardian of government, a slave to moneyed interests in big business, and today, hallelujah, you seek to kill a mentally disabled man. I'm curious, as a group, how many executions have you all actually witnessed? I'm sorry, it's unfair. I've seen 5. And it is the most inhumane, cruel, and unusual hypocrisy of a system that promises to be just.
I'll ask you to leave your personal politics out of this.
And I'd ask you to do exactly the same. The Supreme Court was intended to be free and unadulterated by politics. It is now dominated by it. You're handpicked by presidents with ideological agendas. And of the 24 5-4 decisions in your 2006-2007 term, 19 broke straight across ideological lines. That's politics. And while you claim to be against judicial activism, you rewrote, check that, invented new law to decide a presidential election, for God's sake. If that's the way it's gonna be, then at least have the decency to put your names on ballots like the rest of the politicians, so that we the people get a voice.
Mr. Shore, you have said quite enough. Now, you might consider using what little time you have remaining to represent your client instead of your own left-wing agenda.
Yes.